Hey there, welcome back to Soul String. Today we've got something that's very close to my heart and something that's very special. We will be reviewing a Tom Morello-signed Fender Squier guitar that I purchased from the Sweet Relief Musicians Fund auction. So before we dive into reviewing this guitar, which is actually pretty nice, I was surprised. I don't usually go for Fender Squiers, but this one looked kind of funky with the pickups. I thought, interesting. And obviously, it's got soul power. Yes, Mr. Morello, you are the best. But I do want to take a moment or two to talk about Sweet Relief Musicians Fund. For those that don't know, this is an amazing charity that is dedicated to providing financial assistance to all music industry workers, musicians, technicians, anyone who works in the industry who may be struggling with illness, whether physical or mental, disability, or age-related problems. They offer a vital safety net for people in the music industry, and we know more than any others that in this specific time, we need to act as a community. Now, you may be wondering why I'm talking about a charity on a guitar channel. Well, it's really because this guitar, for me, kind of brought it all together. People like Tom Morello, other very socially active artists support this charity, and in my little way, I also do the same. It's a very important charity because not only does it support musicians and crew and all the workers financially, but it also offers lots of assistance and help for those suffering with mental health issues. We all know that the music industry has its highs and lows, I guess like life in general. And the people that work behind the scenes often get forgotten, but they are really the ones that make it all happen. That's why supporting a charity like Sweet Relief is very important to me, and they are making a real change in the world of music. Now, I just want to touch finally on that one part that I mentioned before. I first came across Sweet Relief in a time that the work they did, especially for mental health issues post-pandemic, really resonated with me. And mainly because I was certainly going through some of those issues. And I think just by interacting with them on social media, just by reading about their various projects and seeing what companies they work with, really gave me a good understanding of the kind of people that work there and their ultimate goal, which is something that we should all aspire to help. So having said that, I think we should now move on to the review of the guitar, and we'll have a quick look at Tom Morello's awesome signature, but we'll put all the details in the description. But if you do need any information, message them directly on social media because they're a really good bunch of people. Okay guys, let's move on to the main event, the review of this stunning Tom Morello-signed Squier in pearl white with a hardtail bridge as well. Interesting. Let's see what we think about it. So first of all, guys, we cannot talk about this without looking at the money shot, Mr. Tom Morello's signature here, and the famous soul power here. Oh, that is so cool. I've always wanted a soul power guitar. I haven't had a chance to play the official Tom Morello one, but you know what? Having Tom's signature on a white guitar like this is awesome because it looks very, very cool. I love his signature. It actually looks, I've just noticed, it looks like a little face, very artistic. That is a collector's item all by itself, right? So if we then move on to the actual guitar, this is a very traditional Strat in terms of shape, obviously. 70s large headstock, which I think is pretty cool. I like large headstock guitars on certain models. Obviously, it looks kind of cool. It's got almost a kind of Jakey Lee vibe to it because of the black headstock, large 70s. Very cool. It has a beautiful satin roasted maple neck. And Squier guitars, I believe in 2022, that kind of series, they finally upped their game and decided, you know what, everyone else is making roasted maple necks, why can't we? And I've got to say, this is a very, very nice neck. It's got a beautiful color to it. I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but it has a beautiful color. The advantage of roasting or baking a neck like this is that in theory, it gets rid of all the moisture and the neck will move less in time. In terms of neck shape, this has a slim C-neck, which is, again, very comfortable. It has 22 jumbo frets, well, whatever Fender calls jumbo frets, which I've got to say are very nicely polished, very shiny, but yeah, the fret ends aren't fantastic. They're not, you know, certainly some of the best that I've seen. They're not too bad. There's a bit of sharpness here, but they're not bad at all. I mean, considering this guitar traveled, I'm guessing, from China to the States, then from the States to the UK, done like the tour of the world. Not rounded ends, but you can't get everything in life. Moving on to the body, I believe this is a poplar body with a really nice finish to it. This pearl white is actually very nice. I've got to say, the finish that Fender applied to this is really nice. It has a little bit of sparkle to it. You might be able to see that in the reflection, but it is very nice. Obviously, I can't tell. It's a pretty thick lacquer, so I can't tell. I think it's definitely at least a three-piece body, if not more, but, you know, who cares? It's very nicely done. The finish is very nice. It's a pretty light guitar. There are no real visible issues that I can see in terms of the finish, so it's finished pretty well. But I think the elephant in the room here is, what the hell is going on with these pickups? Seriously, dude. So honestly, except for Tom Morello's signature, when Fender got these guitars out, I thought it was really interesting, actually, this configuration. I want to start by saying that I do love Strats, but I have a major issue with the Strat bridge. I really don't like how it sounds in most guitars. It just doesn't do it for me. I mean, for example, I love the Tele bridge pickup, you know, completely different. But the Strat one, I just can't get along. So for me, you know, normally if I'd have to go for a Strat, I would prefer it with a humbucker in the bridge. Just gives you more tonal opportunities. So this one was really interesting because I thought, hey, look at that. It's not a humbucker. It's just two single coils, one next to the other. Could be interesting. According to Fender's details, I believe these are the Squier SQS1 high output single coils. So it'll be interesting to hear what they sound. Finally, let's not forget that the main difference here is that it has a hardtail bridge, so a bit like a Telecaster would have. And in this case, interesting, it's actually strung through the body. So that might actually change the way this guitar sounds. I don't know. We'll plug it in and see. But it is interesting how it's taken kind of the inspiration from a Telecaster and it's strung through the body, so maybe it increases the resonance, maybe it increases the sustain. Some of the things that I kind of don't like about a normal Strat, especially in the bridge pickup, but also to note, if you really wanted to, I think, yeah, I think that's right. I don't know, yeah, I think you could probably string it through, so top load it through here. Interesting. So let's plug it in, run through some sounds, and then see what we think about it. Okay guys, and we are back. I find this a quirky guitar, to say the least. So let's start with the real cool things. The tuning stability is unbelievable. Obviously, having a hardtail bridge on especially inexpensive guitars is the best way to ensure that you have tuning stability. Because let's be honest, if you don't have a quality tremolo, you're gonna always run into issues. Second point, Squier has started putting new bone nuts, and I've got to say this one is cut very, very well. The action is generally on the guitar very low, so if we put a finger on the 12th and here and use it as a straight edge, you can see that the action is very, very low. Same thing with the nut. Put your finger on the 3rd frets and then check the distance here on the first one. And you can see it's literally just laying on there. It's perfectly cut. Very easy to get those first position bar chords going. So the nut is very, very well cut. So overall, both the nut and the hardtail bridge contributes to an incredibly stable guitar. So moving on to the pickups, I'm not sure about these pickups, to be perfectly honest with you. I do understand that they're slightly higher output. They are posture pickups, single coil pickups, but I do find that you lose a little bit of that obvious quackiness from a Strat, from a more vintage style pickup. So if you're into a traditional sounding Strat, especially in the neck, maybe not your thing. I find it a bit harsh on the treble side. Overall, they're perfectly decent. Now, what we need to discuss is what the hell is going on with these two bridge pickups. So originally, when I looked at it, I thought, hey, this essentially going to work as a humbucker, I guess. I don't know. Just because they're both here and it might kind of sound fat and full like a humbucker does. But really, to me, it just sounds like a middle pickup which has been moved. That's it. I don't really see the advantage of this pickup layout, at least for my playing. And also, I don't quite understand the whole package here, because the guitar for me looks really cool, very rock and roll. So the aesthetics of it is a rock guitar. You've then put high output pickups, but what the hell's going on here? Wouldn't it just have been really cool to get rid of these two and just put a humbucker? Humbucker single coil. I would have bought that immediately, even without the awesome Tom Morello signature. So I'm just not sold on this. It, to me, doesn't really make much sense. Having played it with the sounds, it's not like it adds anything. It just sounds like a normal pickup would sound. I don't know. It just, I don't actually know if it makes that much difference. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, overall, the guitar for its price is really, really good. Good controls, electronics work well, but conceptually, ooh, I don't get this. What I would do, if you're interested in this, get rid of this pickguard. Tom Morello hasn't signed it. Open it up. Get rid of these two. I've opened it up already. This is routed for a humbucker. Get a new pickguard with one humbucker and one single coil. And then, if you've got a humbucker laying around, put it in and you've got an awesome guitar. I think that's the way to go on this. So it's a really good, like, mod platform if you want to have one humbucker and one single coil, because that's really what I love about guitars, right? I'm not into that much the middle pickup. I like two pickups, but I love humbucker single coil. So probably what I would do and what I will do is get rid of these. I've got a DiMarzio somewhere hanging around, and I will put it in there and get rid of these single coils, and it's going to be a rocking guitar. Really cool. So I'm going to try that, definitely. Overall, this is a very good guitar. The QC is really good. Very good quality from Squier. I'm surprised because I don't often play Squiers, but they have upped their game. The nut is cut perfectly. The neck is really smooth. The guitar overall is very, very good. Sounds very, very good. I think it looks very good. Whoops. Looks very good. Tom Morello is an icon, so it's beautiful. On this specific one, I just don't get this. But once you get rid of that, awesome guitar. this is a very, very, very solid guitar. I mean, I would gig with this simply because it is rock solid. I mean, I've played it for quite some time and it will not go out of tune. So you can do all the top bends you want and it sounds really good. So guys, in conclusion, the Squier Contemporary Series guitar is a very, very good guitar. Very solid guitar. A guitar that can be easily upgraded to something amazing, which is what I will do. But I'm even more proud to say that having purchased this guitar, I've been able, in a very small way, to support Sweet Relief Musician Fund. So I encourage you not only to go on social media or on their website to see what Sweet Relief Music Fund are doing, but also consider making a donation directly to them as a charity, or keep your eyes open for their auctions, because their auctions are awesome. You are doing something that is really important for the world, and you can get yourself a cool guitar, and they often have them signed by amazing musicians. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got some interesting information at least through it. If you did, please don't forget to like, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button, because it does help to get some more cool gear. It does help to keep the channel alive. And importantly, if you do have any questions about gear in general, but specifically Sweet Relief Musicians Fund or any other charity, please do get in touch. So write it in the comments or DM me on social media and I will respond. But in the meantime, remember to rock on and be happy. Enjoy your life. See you later, guys.